What if I told you that one of Africa's greatest kings was once a nameless slave boy? No crown, no kingdom, no protection. Yet this same boy would grow up to find his own kingdom, control international trade and boldly tell the British, "You will not exploit my people." This is the true story of King Jaja of Opobo, a man whose life proved that power is not inherited, it is taken. Give me your ear. King Jaja was born around 1821 in Igbo hinterland of what is now southern Nigeria. His birth name is unknown, just like millions of Africans of his time. His identity was violently erased. As a young boy, he was captured by slave raiders during one of the many wars and raids that fed the Atlantic system. Turning away from his family and homeland, he was sold and transported to Niger Delta. Unlike many others, Jaja was not shipped across the Atlantic. Instead, he was sold locally in Opobo Kingdom, a powerful coastal state deeply involved in European trade. There he was renamed Jaja. A new name forced upon him symbolized the loss of his past. He became a domestic slave in Anna People's house, one of the Bonny's loyal trading families. But even in bondage, Jaja stood. He was observant, he was disciplined, he learned quickly. While others saw change, Jaja studied power, how decisions were made, how trade worked, and how Europeans manipulated African rulers. Without formal education, he mastered economics, diplomacy, and leadership simply by watching. Over time, Jaja proved himself so capable that he was granted freedom, something extremely rare. Not only that, he rose to become a war captain and leading merchant within Anna People's house. This was unheard of. A former slave commanding free men, a man with no royal blood wielding authority. Jaja became wealthy through the palm oil trade, which had replaced slave trading as Europeans' new obsession. Palm oil was vital for factories, machines, and industry during the Industrial Revolution, and Jaja controlled it. He gained influence, followers, and loyalty, not because of birthright, but because of competence and fairness. But Opobo Kingdom was unstable. Internal conflict between the ruling houses combined with the European interference created tension and violence. Jaja saw the danger clearly. If he stayed in Bonny, his people would always be at the mercy of others, so he made a decision that would change African history. In 1869, Jaja led his followers away from Bonny and founded a new kingdom, Opobo. This was not rebellion, it was vision. Opobo was strategically located, well organized and independent. Jaja became its king, not by inheritance, but by the consensus and leadership. Under King Jaja, Opobo flourished, trade expanded, law and order were enforced, wealth circulated among Africans and not just Europeans. Most importantly, Jaja established a clear rule: all European traders must deal through Opobo authorities, no direct access to the interior, no bypassing African middlemen, no economic domination. This policy protected local traders and preserved African control over commerce. And that is when the British became uncomfortable. To the British Empire, Opobo was a problem. They wanted free trade, but what they really wanted was control, the ability to deal directly with the producer, dictate prices, and remove African power from the equation. King Jaja refused. He negotiated confidently as an equal. He signed treaties when they were fair and rejected them when they were not. He did not beg for British protection because he understood what it meant. Protection was just colonization in disguise. British officials began labeling him hostile, obstructive, and anti-progress, but the truth was simpler. Jaja was too independent. They couldn't defeat him militarily. Opobo was strong and well defended, so they chose another weapon: deception. In 1887, the British consul invited King Jaja to what was described as a peace and negotiation meeting. Jaja was cautious, but he believed in diplomacy. He believed that dialogue was better than war. That trust cost him everything. The moment King Jaja arrived, he was arrested. No declaration of war, no trial, no African consent. He was accused of interfering with trade, which in reality means protecting African interests. The British exiled him first to the West Indies, far from his kingdom, his people, and his power. Later, he was taken to England where he lived under surveillance, a king reduced to prisoner for daring to say no. With King Jaja gone, Opobo weakened. Without its central authority, British influence crept in quickly. Treaties were imposed, control shifted, independence was slowly dismantled. This was the British strategy across Africa. If you cannot break the king, remove him. In 1891, after years in exile, King Jaja was finally allowed to return home, but he never made it. He died during the journey back to Opobo under mysterious circumstances. Officially, it was illness. Unofficially, many believed he was poisoned. He was about 70 years old, a king who survived slavery, politics and empire, but not betrayal. King Jaja of Opobo was not perfect, but he was unbreakable. He proved that Africans were not passive victims of colonization. They resisted, they negotiated, and they fought back, sometimes with weapons, sometimes with intelligence. King Jaja's crime was not violence, his crime was economic independence. Today, his story forces us to ask hard questions. What happens when African leaders protect African interests? Who benefit when they are removed? And how many King Jajas were erased from the history? King Jaja of Opobo may have died in exile, but his legacy still lives on. As a symbol of African dignity, resistance, and leadership, King Jaja paid the price, and history must never forget him. Don't say no, learn something new from me today. We don't do that here. Like this video, comment and share. Subscribe if you want to see me again.